Hello guys, my name is Maddie and welcome back or welcome to my educational YouTube channel, Maddie's Tech Help, which is all about how to use the internet for those who are new to the internet. Today's episode is going to focus on Zoom. Today we're going to cover everything on the desktop side of Zoom. If you want to get Zoom on your mobile device, you're simply going to install the app, which I have other tutorials on how to install an app. Now the great thing about Zoom is it does not matter what type of device you have, you can get Zoom for it. Whether you're running Apple, Android, you have a laptop or desktop, does not matter, you can make a Zoom account. And when you make a video call with Zoom, it does not matter what type of device the other person has, they don't have to be the same. You can be on your laptop talking to someone on Zoom who's on their cell phone. And without any further ado, we're going to jump right into the tutorial. I am going to minimize my screen and then we'll get started. Now our first step on our journey to getting our Zoom set up is to download the Zoom app. Now we're going to retrieve this by going onto the internet. To get to the internet, you're going to need to go to your web browser. My web browser is Edge, so the icon for it is this little blue-green E that you see down here. If you have a different browser, the step is going to be exactly the same. Just double-click your browsing icon. You can also type over here in the search bar if you do not have your browser pinned to your taskbar. If you're running Windows 10, the way to pin something to your taskbar is to look it up. You're just going to type Edge and then right click on it, and then yours will say pin to taskbar, but since I already have mine there, it says unpin from taskbar. Either way, you just simply click right here, and then you can either click this to open it or you can just double click over here. Now notice my browser launched at an awkward window size. To fix that, we're simply going to click the little square button in the middle, and that brings us to full screen. And then to start searching, we're just going to click up here, and then we're going to type Zoom because that's what we're searching for. And we're going to click the link that says Zoom video conferencing. If you notice the green text below it, it gives you the specific web address, and that's going to take us to this page. Now just a quick tip, a good way to know if a site is safe or not is to hover over this little lock icon here and click this, and it will tell you connection is secure. Also, you can see that it says HTTPS. The S here stands for secure. If there's no S, that means the site is unsecure. Now that we've reached the Zoom website, we're just going to click this little button right here that says sign up, it's free. Now you're just going to put in your birthday. The first box is going to be for the month, the second box for the day, the third box for the year. Then you're going to click continue. Now we're going to type in our email address. If you already have an email address, you can just type it in here. But if you're looking for guidance on how to create your first email address, I do have an episode dedicated to that on my channel that I will link up here just in case you need it. After we type in our email address, we're just going to hit sign up. And now they have sent us an activation email. And what this means is that they're going to send an email to the email we provided, and we're going to have to verify that we own this email. Luckily, they've included two little links right here for us just to make it easy. If you don't have a Gmail or Outlook account, you're simply going to make a new tab and then type in the name of the provider. If you use Yahoo, you're just going to type Yahoo here, go to the site, and then sign into your email as if you normally would. Luckily for us, we can just hit open Gmail, and then we can just sign in here. Now that we've signed into our email, we can see the email from Zoom. Notice how it's in bold because we haven't opened it yet. And then it tells us welcome to Zoom, and then we simply click this orange button here to activate our account. And then here we're just going to fill out our information. Simply click in the boxes and then it'll let you type. This is a good time to close out our tabs because notice we're collecting a few at the top. It's just good form to close your tabs out every now and then. That way a whole bunch don't build up and slow down your machine. Every tab that you leave open takes more resources and processing power for your computer. The fewer things you have running at the same time, the faster that thing will load. So now we're just going to type in our first and last name and create our password. Notice here there are some guidelines for the password. It's a great time to whip out a piece of paper or to open a digital notes app that you trust and write down your password. It's also a good idea to write what the account is for. That way you don't forget. Just make sure that wherever you keep these passwords, they're not easily accessible and that they don't end up in the wrong hands. And then we have this little checkbox here that says I'm not a robot. And this is something that's called CAPTCHA. You're also going to see this a lot when you make accounts. And the purpose of CAPTCHA is just to ensure that you are not a robot that was created to make a whole bunch of fake accounts. And then we just have one more piece of information to fill out that says, are you signing up on behalf of a K-12 institution or university? We're going to click no, but if you were, you could click yes here. And then you would have to agree to some additional terms, but we're not using it for that purpose, so we're just going to click the no radio button, and then we're going to click continue. You might see this error that says verification expired. To fix it, you're simply just going to click in the checkbox again. Now we click continue. And here you can invite fellow friends and family to create a Zoom account with you. We're going to skip this step for today, but if you wanted to, you would simply type in their email address here. We also have to click I'm not a robot again, and then simply click skip this step. And now we made our Zoom account. To get started, we can click start meeting now, just to see what it'll look like. And when we click start meeting now, the download for the app automatically starts. If we look in our downloads folder, we can see we have a little executable file. Executable file simply just means a file that can perform an action. This action is going to be downloading. Once we've downloaded the file, we also need to install it. The difference between downloading and installing a file is when you download a file, you are pulling information down from the internet and onto your computer. And then installing the file is taking that information and applying it to the computer so it can perform certain ways. So we're just going to click right here on the file, and it says installing Zoom. And now we're just going to wait for the progress bar to finish. And now you can see that the Zoom app has been installed. Now you're going to see the screen every single time that you have a Zoom meeting where it says join computer audio or test speakers and microphone. There's also a little checkbox down here that says automatically join audio by computer when joining a meeting. But before we get into the specifics of how to make a call, I'm actually going to close this out and then close all our tabs. And now that we've closed everything out, I'm going to show you how to launch it from the beginning. Because the second time you do Zoom, it won't automatically pop up and create the meeting for you, and I just don't want you guys to get stuck. So to open our Zoom app, we're simply going to click here in the search bar and type Z for Zoom, and it should pop up. And then we're going to click open, and it should launch. And now it says join a meeting or sign in. We're going to click sign in. And then there's also a little checkbox here that says keep me signed in that we're going to click. That way we don't have to sign in every single time. And now we're just going to type in our email address and the password we created for Zoom a few minutes ago. Once we've typed in our email and our password, we are just going to click sign in, and that's going to bring us to this page. I'm going to click the little square so it's full screen. All right, and now we are going to click new meeting. And then this screen is going to become very familiar because this is what shows up every time you join a Zoom call. We're going to click test speaker and microphone. The first is going to test the speaker, which ensures you can hear everyone else in the call. And then we're going to test the microphone, which makes sure that everyone else can hear you. So we're just going to click this little blue link. And as you can hear, we hear the ringtone so we can hear others. And we're going to click yes. And we're going to click yes. And as you can hear, we can hear ourselves when it plays it back to us. And this ensures that our microphone is working and everyone else in the call can hear us. If your microphone isn't working, you can simply click the drop down right here to pick a new microphone. And if we click yes to both of those, we see this screen that tells us your device is working properly, which means everyone else can hear us and we can hear everyone else in the call. So we're going to end test. Then you're going to click join with computer audio. Typically, you would be able to see yourself here, but because I'm recording, my camera is being used down here for this screen so that you guys can see me. But normally, this will pop up and you can see yourself. I'm just going to go ahead and stop video here. You can also click full screen so you can more easily see everyone. The participant window is going to be where you can invite people to your call, which is crucial. So we're just going to click the invite button and we're going to click email. That way we can send an email invite to everyone we want to join the call. Now you're going to click on whichever email provider you have. I'm going to go with Gmail. And that's going to take us here. Luckily, Zoom generates all the information that the guest will need, so we simply just need to click in the recipient box and type in the name or names of all the people we want to join the call. And you can simply just type in an email address, hit enter, and then start typing the next one. And you can do that with as many people as you'd like. And then you just continue to type in the email and then hit enter until you've invited everyone you want to join the call. And then you just click send. After you hit send, that pop-up will automatically close, and then the invite will be sent out. And I actually sent the invite to another email that I have, so I'm just going to pull it up on my phone. This is what the guest will receive when you send an invite. All they have to do is hold down on the passcode, click copy, and then click the link to join the Zoom meeting. And then they will be asked to enter their name, click continue. You have to hit OK for access to the camera, otherwise they won't be able to see you. And then we're just going to click join with video. That way our guests can see us. And now you can see we have 2 participants. We have me and me. And I know this looks a little bit confusing because you guys are seeing me from my laptop's angle down here, and you're also seeing me on my phone right here. But this is actually what a Zoom call looks like. Except rather than seeing 2 versions of yourself, one screen would be the guest and the other would be you. If you don't have your camera on, it will just say your name, but we can close the participants tab for now, and we can actually go to view and then change it to gallery view. And the more people you have, the more boxes it splits into, so you can see everyone's individual camera. Now that we have our call set up, we can explore the features of Zoom. If you click the Participants tab, you can see everyone who's in the call. The Participants tab is mainly used to invite people and just so you can see that everyone's in the call. To close out of a tab, you're just going to click this little arrow and then hit close. The Chat tab is just so you can type messages to everyone. You can set either to everyone, so everyone in the group can see it, or you can just click one specific person. Notice how it says direct message. And to type your message, you simply type here and then hit enter, and it sends it. Close the chat, same thing, just a little arrow and then close. Now there are 2 crucial parts of the Zoom call, the basics that you need to know. The first is the mute, which is this little microphone down here. If we click mute, no one else in the call can hear us, but we can still hear everyone else. This feature is great when you have a whole bunch of people in the call because it is best practice to mute yourself when you're not talking. That way your background noise doesn't stack on top of everyone else's. Because the sound of a fan running in the background might not be too bad, just what you hear. But when you stack everyone's background noise on top of each other, it can be a little distracting to the call. Now, this isn't a big deal if you're in a call with just a few people, but as you get more and more people into the call, the background noise will continue to build and build and build. It become more and more disruptive. So it's best practice to mute yourself if you're not talking, or if you're not just having a casual conversation with one person. When you're ready to unmute yourself, you simply click the unmute button, and then people in the call can hear you again. Now, a good indicator to tell if you're muted is to look down and see the microphone. As you can see, the green microphone fills up more and more as the volume progresses. This is also a great way to tell if you have a lot of background noise. There's also the start video and stop video option. If you need to stop your webcam from recording, you simply hit the stop video button and it stops your webcam. No one else in the call can see your video. If you want to bring it back on, you just hit start video and then everyone can see you again. The mute button and the video button are the 2 most important features of Zoom. Once you've got mute and video down, you've absolutely mastered Zoom. Those are the 2 main functions that you need in order to have a successful call. There's also the share screen feature that you can click, and this allows you to show what's on your computer screen. Now you have a few options. You can just share your entire screen, or you can pick individual tabs to share. There's also a whiteboard option, which I find really cool. If we click share, then everyone can write on this whiteboard together and everyone can contribute their thoughts and ideas. When you're finished sharing, you're just going to hit stop share, and then it's just going to bring you back to this tab where you can see everyone's faces. Another fun thing about Zoom is you can change up your background. If you go to choose virtual background, my webcam's busy right now so you can't really see it, but it just separates you from your background, and then you can change it to have something cool behind you. It's not a necessity, it's just fun. And now whenever you're ready to leave the call, you just hit the end button down in the corner, and then you can either end meeting for all, which is going to close everyone out of the Zoom call at the same time, or you can hit leave meeting if you have to leave the meeting early. And if you're a guest, it's just typical to hit leave meeting. That way the host closes the meeting. So we're just going to hit leave meeting. When you're done with the app, you're simply going to click the red X in the corner and you're done. That'll take us back to the home screen. And after you launch the app for the first time, Zoom will create a little desktop icon for you, so you can just double click here to launch it. Now I'm just going to maximize the screen and we can close out the tutorial. And now you have successfully completed your first Zoom call. Now that you have your account, you can just sign into Zoom on any device and video call with your friends or family whenever you'd like. Simply make a Zoom call on your device and send out an invite, or your friend or family member can initiate the call by inviting you. And that concludes today's tutorial. I hope that this video made the setup process a little easier. And with that, thank you so much for watching and have a fabulous day.